My light is... Okay. Hi, everyone. So tonight, as you would have seen from the thumbnail and from all my posts on Instagram, we're going to be making this super fun card. So this is all from Simon Hurley's new release that came out today, including the brand new Astro. I've been playing with this. It is so much fun. Also, the great thing, so as you can see, my finger has no glitter on it. We're gonna rub, and there's literally no glitter on that. So this glitter stays where it's supposed to in the paste. So that's what this is amazing for. And then this is the stamp set we're gonna be playing with. This is the brand new Sketched Snowmen, also from Simon Hurley. Michelle, you should be asleep now. Go to sleep. So yeah, this has a really cool classic vintage vibe, and it's so adorable. These snowmen are so cute. So let's get stamping. I'm gonna have this card off to the side too, just to make sure I do everything right, just so I can look at it. So we're gonna do the skiing snowman like I did before. And we're gonna need a Misty because, you know, we need to stamp it right. Okay, there's our mini Misty. And we have some cardstock. Now, what I'm about to do, it's gonna be sacrilegious. Don't fear the alcohol markers, but... And I know this technically is pigment ink and it's gonna take forever to dry, and should you be using it with alcohol ink, it's okay once it's fully dry. So I'm gonna hit it with heat, because my Memento ink, it doesn't get it stamps really well and it's really good for alcohol ink, but when an image is this detailed and all those little lines, the artist drawn lines, it gets super muddy and does not work well with Memento. So that's why we're using some VersaFine Clear. And I see a bunch of new people joining, so hello, this is the card we're making tonight. Have the snowman, this skiing snowman from the Sketched Snowmen stamp set, and our Misty. I'm going to double stamp this just in case I mess up, or like stamp two of them. So we're going to go in with our VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. And stamp. I'm going to stamp that twice. I mean, I think it's dark enough, but I think we could get a little darker. There we go. Now we're gonna flip our paper. We're gonna do the same thing again. And we're gonna be doing fussy cutting tonight, so just get ready, people. Ooh. Did not mean to hit you all. Sorry. And there's our second one. And we'll do one more round too. Also, how's everyone doing tonight? Are you crafting with me, or are you crafting vicariously through me? Also, what came today was the mini Tim Holtz Spring Assist snips, so I could try these. Put them though, so I don't stab. I've gotten paper cuts. Well, actually, they're not paper cuts. I've cut both of my pointer fingers with the mini snips, the regular ones, because I was being stupid and I was playing with them like this, and then it came up and cut both my fingers at the same time. That was really fun. You live and you learn. So we have both of these. I'm gonna heat set them real quick. So if you don't want to hear the heat gun, I suggest you just lower your volume or turn your volume off. And then once the heat gun goes off screen, you'll be fine. With that being dry, good to color with our alcohol markers. But just to get us as much time as possible, I think we should do the background first. And who doesn't want to see these amazing pastes in action? So I have Astro paste right here. We're using the color Crown Me, and we're also going to use some Crown Me ink from Simon Hurley as well. So I have my roll of mint tape, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go along the edge, along every edge, in fact, and we're just going to lay it down. So we're basically just going to shrink our cardstock by 1 inch on every side, so by 2 inches in height and length. We're going to create a rectangle in the center. That's off camera. There we go. So we're just lining this edge with the edge of the cardstock. Also, if you're not already, please like the live, and if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. I believed I linked it in the description box below, my Instagram channel, handle, whatever. Page? I don't know what you call on Instagram. Is it a page, channel? I think Instagram page is like the commonly used term. I didn't align that how I wanted it to be aligned, so we're going to do that again. Okay. There we go. And now one more piece. This piece can be small. And there we go. So now we have our rectangle here, and if you have dies and you have masking paper, you could totally do that. Now we're going to go in with some Crown Me ink from Simon Hurley. I mean, it says Simon Hurley Create, so you could have figured that out on your own, but we're going to go in and ink up this background. I'm going to do dark to light. I did that on here. You can't really tell. I mean, you can, yeah. So I'm going to try to make it a little more pronounced on this one. So we're just going to start up here and maybe do this a little more. Stay up here for a little while longer. Okay, that foam was close to being centered on there. There we go, that's a little better. So I just want to spend a little more time at the top to get it super dark and saturated. And then work our way down a little bit slower than I did when I made the sample card. Okay, now I think we can go to the bottom. There we go. That transition now is very prominent. It depends on the ink, honestly. And it also depends on what I'm doing. Stencils, I like brushes more. If I'm just doing a background, I'd prefer to do foam, but I really don't have the blenders for that anymore because when I switched over brushes, I got rid of a lot of my foam, the old ones. So, and I don't have a foam for my Catherine Poolers. So for Simon Hurley ink, I almost exclusively use sponges, but for Catherine, did I say that right? Simon Hurley ink, I use exclusively foam. Catherine Pooler in the one Concord 9 ThinkPad I have, I use exclusively the brushes. I think I might prefer the foam, honestly, a little more, but it's just harder to store, so that's why I go with the brushes. You'll get the job done either way. Okay, now we can really see that transition here. So I'm happy with how that looks. But now the Crown Me Astro paste comes out. If you don't know what Astro paste is, and I don't blame you at all if you don't, because this came out today, this is a new paste from Simon Hurley, so same creator of the amazing Lunar and Solar and Lunar Neon pastes. But it's basically Lunar paste with glitter, but also not Lunar paste with glitter, because it's a little more translucent than Lunar paste would be. It's actually a lot more translucent. So it's really in a league of its own. just like how Solar and Lunar, like similar consistencies, but totally different pastes. So I have my book of stencils. And we're gonna open and we're gonna Dazzling Diamonds from Simon Hurley, which is right here. This is a layering stencil set. Let me pull it out actually. There we go. So there are 3 stencils in this set. You have your diamond, your larger diamond, you have your smaller diamond, and then you have the, I don't know what to call this one, surrounding that larger diamond, I guess, because it goes around the larger one. Anyways, we're going to be using this one that I don't know the name for, but all 3 of these together create a really cool pattern. Hi, Timothy! They're really fun. I really like this stencil. Last time I was like a madman lining this up perfectly. It doesn't need to be perfect. It really does not matter. Just get the stencil down and I'm sure it will look fine. So we have that there. Okay, that's like perfect. We're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it. And then I'm gonna tape this down. There's a little bit of pixie spray already on this, but I'm still gonna tape it down just to ensure we stay in place because we don't need no shifting right now. So just gonna press that down. And now I'm gonna have a sip of my drink. 1 second. Okay. Now that I'm fully hydrated, we can add our paste. So I'm gonna use this spatula from Tonic Studios and Nuvo. I just really like these because I find it gets in here better. Simon's set is great too, but honestly, I don't know where it is. Actually, I do, but it's kind of, it's not away, it's just behind me and this is on my desk. So we're gonna use this. So I'm putting down, this is gonna be more than enough, especially because we're doing such a small area, but I wanna get this liberally on here and then I can scrape away any excess. So now that all of our stuff's coated, I just go back over and scrape off basically any excess. See? Oh, actually there's a little bit more there I can get. And now this is all good, and I can just plop this right. You barely waste anything. On the tape and what's on the stencil, and that little bit right there. So we're gonna close that up, and we're gonna take this tape off the stencil so we can peel this back. And look at how gorgeous that is. But see, right now, it's a little more opaque than it will end up. So this, when it dries, as it dries, it's gonna turn more clear. Also, I don't want to do it like that. In hopes of not ripping the paper, and mint tape rarely rips paper, but we're still gonna go very slow here, just because we don't want no incidents or accusations. Okay, let me also pull out my trash bin to have it next to me because I don't want to be putting tape with paste all over my desk, because that's not fun. Okay, another piece. 2 more. We got this, people. We got this. Do you believe in peeling your paste? I don't know. Okay, 1 more. And there we go. Now that our Astro paste is on here and our ink is on here, this needs, I'm gonna set this off to the side behind me so I don't accidentally hit it, and then we're gonna focus on cleaning the stencil off. There's no room behind me to put this. Let me find another spot. Okay, it's on the side of me on top of my Alex drawers. So now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean this up. Firstly, for glitter paste, this is not a mess at all. I would not consider this a mess, considering this is glitter paste. Because glitter paste is typically very messy, and this is not bad at all. So I'm just going to liberally apply some water there. And now I'm just going to take a paper towel, and we're just going to wipe it all off. Apparently I had yellow ink on here that I didn't know about. Don't know when that happened, but okay. We're just gonna come on this backside too and wipe anything off there. Yeah, there's a little bit of glitter left on here. That honestly is from right up here. I know that's from the first time I made this card. So that was my fault not getting it all off. But for considering we just used glitter paste, that was a really quick, no pain cleanup. And this is all good to go again. It's already dry. Now, while we wait for our background to dry, we can go to coloring. I'm going to cut this out first. And, oh, actually, also we have our little spatula here that I can just wipe off. Might need a little grip to wipe that off, actually. Here, let me just put that back to the side. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water to our towel. And then it's dried on there. I can get it off in the sink. Just because that was so thin, it dried super quickly. That's why. Okay. Now it's time to cut. Ooh, actually, no, it's not. I have paste on my hand. You know what? We'll deal with that later. I have a little bit of glitter on my hand. It's fine. More crafting. It's glitter. I'll get over it. I'll survive. But you know what? I'm going to try to quickly get this off, and if it doesn't come off quickly, I can just run my hand under a sink after. Okay, that's mostly coming off. Good enough for me. And I'll just wash my hands after. Most people would have access to a sink right now. Okay. We're going to try these mini Tim Holtz Spring Assist snips to cut this out. I have not used these really yet. Okay, these are nice. I know because we're talking about Simon, he uses the Fisker, and this is virtually the same thing, does the same exact job, but just from Tim Holtz and Tonic Studios. I'm also going to cut this off, because that's annoying when you're fussy cutting, and then there's another piece hanging that's huge, so we're going to move that. I'm also, those swoop things, really wish I had the die to use them, but unfortunately I do not have the coordinating dies for this set, so they're gonna have to get cut off. However, I will add a little whites to the tassels because I do like those. I'm going to go in here because this is a separate piece of the scarf, and we're going to do that. And now we're going to come out and do there. I'm actually going to cut that one off because I don't like it. Now we're just going to turn as we cut, and now we're going to go back in to the scarf and keep cutting along that black line. And we're also going to have to cut off the little wispies, almost like hair pieces, just because I don't feel like going out and cutting those out either. I'm a lazy fussy cutter, okay? These are nice, these scissors. Also, I want to chop that. And now up here, we're just going to basically follow it in a circle. We can actually cut that in a little bit. There we go. Also, chop. And we're almost done there. Boom. Little pom-pom's done. Once again, we're gonna have to cut off those little wisps because I don't feel like dealing with them. And boom, it's done. We are gonna keep this little pole here. And now we're gonna come down here on the other side of the pole, finish off that hand. We are so close here. And now we come down this little ski. And one little final cut, just a curve around here. And I'm done. Okay, that's all fussy cut. So now we have our little snowman here. I'm gonna put that safety back on there. And we'll put those off to the side with our cap. I'm liking those. Definitely wouldn't use them just for cutting, like a little quick snip or cutting something off, but I think for fuzzy cutting they are good. So we have our pom-pom, we have our everything cut out, except the little wispy things, but that's okay. Now, honestly, I am kind of forgetting the exact colors I used. So we're gonna do what I remember the best. So we're gonna go in here first with some E59. And we're gonna do first part of the ski, and I can zoom in now that I'm coloring. So we have E59, and also I'm just gonna check the chat real quick. Did I miss anything? No, okay. So I'm gonna go around him here. We'll do these little cracks almost out here. We'll do it right here. And then we'll do the same thing right here. And we'll go right there. Now we'll go on with E57. And hi, Carol. You're late, but it doesn't matter. There's still all the coloring to do, and we have the assembly. So now we're going with that E57 and going over all the E59, leaving a little bit of white space for our E55 to go. Now lastly, we're going to go in with that E55. So we're just going to coat everything and kind of blend like a crazy person. Because for whatever reason, the E57 to E55 jump is kind of large. So you have to do a lot of blending to get it to look good. And honestly, sometimes I just go over, it just takes a while, but we'll get there, I promise. And then I do like to go back in with that E57 a little. I do just find it helps it to blend a little bit more. If it actually does, or if it doesn't, who knows. But that's what my mind tells me, so I do it. Okay. These there are done, and I'm going to be responsible, Brennan, and I'm going to put all my markers away after I use them, because markers. Now, we're going to do probably the easiest coloring of any animal you know. Well, is a snowman an animal? Debatable. But we're just going to go in with some B000, and all we're going to do, we're just going to come down here. Boom. done. We're gonna come along here, boom, done. We're gonna come down here, boom, done. We're gonna come along here, done. We'll do a little bit on the face. And my grandma, and just repeat it, boom, done. So that's your final boom, done for you. You can't hear her, but I. Now we're just gonna go in a little bit with our colorless blender. We're just gonna push that color around a little tiny bit. You really don't have to, honestly. I just kind of want to. So that's gonna help to fade out that color a little tiny bit. You don't need to at all. It's honestly a step that you don't need to do, but I wanted to, so I did. So now we're gonna go in or C7 to do these little coals. So our coals are done. Now I'm going to grab the carrot colors. So I used YR18 and YR16. I'm like struggling to remember these colors because I did this yesterday night. So it wasn't a long time ago, but like I also wasn't planning on doing this exact card as live. But then I was like, you know what? I will. So we have that there. We're just gonna go in with that was YR18 first and then 16. And now we have to do his hat and his, where did they, I'm like looking at my Copic thing. Where did these go again? Now I have to do the hat. This is where I do not remember what colors I used at all, but I'm gonna guess. So I have my color chart, and I'm just gonna look at it for a second. We're gonna get there after I have a sip of my drink. Okay, now that I'm hydrated once more, I think comparing this to this, I'm pretty sure it's G28, YG67, and G07. I use that combo a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is. So I'm gonna go with that. If it's not, it's not. Oh, wait, or was it YG45? Hold on, pause. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It might just be slightly different, and that's okay. So we're gonna go in with this G28. We're just gonna go under a couple of the artist drawn lines. It does not have to be perfect by any means. Mine's not gonna be perfect. Yours might be perfect, and that's great. So that was our G28. Okay. So G28 is done. Now we're going to go with YG67. And we're just going to go over the places we put that G28, but leaving a little bit of white space just so we can go in with that final color. And still have room for it to be the highlight. Now we're going to go in with that G07. So we're just going to add that right there. And I'm just going to go over everything with it. We're going to come in here as well. Okay, I think this was the right color combo because it looks basically the same. So did that right. Yay. And we'll come up here and we'll also go over everything with it. Perfect. So he is now all colored. We have our matching snowman. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna get our panel and hope it's dry. Yes, it is. Okay. So, if you remember what it looked like before, you would have noticed it was much more white. Now that it's dried, it's become a lot more translucent. So, yeah. Also, you can see that as our ink is dried, the transition from dark to light has also gone away a little bit. It's still there, just not as prevalent, and that's okay. And we can zoom out now. Thank you, Timothy. Well, we should really be thanking Simon for the paste. So I'm going to chop off a 1/4 inch from each side. So we'll do this side first. We'll do this side. So that was there. We'll move that down to there. 1/4 inch. And then we'll do widthwise now. So that goes down to 5. And we'll come over here and also put that to 5, and then we go down. Okay. 1/4 inch chopped off from each side, so that means we've lost a 1/2 inch in height and a 1/2 inch in width. 1/2 inch in height, yeah, and width. So now this panel is 3.5 inches by 4.75 inches. So 3.5, 4.75. And now we're gonna glue our snowman down. Also, a bit of people were asking me in a recent video comments, but this is the Misty Glue Press from My Sweet Petunia, in case you were wondering. Now we're gonna plop him down right in the center. This cardstock is a little warped, so I'm gonna really press that down to make sure it actually gets glued. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna get out our Misty. And I'm just gonna do the large one because the other one still had the snowman stamp in it and I didn't take it out yet. And ooh, this is really warped. Okay. It's funny because this isn't the cardstock I put under the heat. That was the snowman cardstock. But anyways, now we have the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, also from the Sketched Snowmen stamp set. And we're gonna stamp this down. That snowman needs to be glued more because that's not staying. Did not have issue when I made this card the first time, so. Where's my VersaFine Clear? Here it is. So now we're just gonna go in with some VersaFine Clear. Get that inked up, make sure that's actually in the corner. Perfect. And there we go. May your days be merry and bright. Okay, I'm stopping. And now we're just gonna add more glue because this was not, I don't know why the cardstock, I mean, I know why, it's because of the excessive inking and all the paste, but it didn't warp the first time, so that's why I'm like, huh. But it's fine. Okay, so we're almost done here, but we have a few more things to do. So now we're gonna be using some, I need to look at color name, Craft cardstock from Lawn Fawn. It's literally just called Craft. And this is a pre-base, but it's not folded, so I gotta fold it. Well, I cut it down. So 8.5 by 5.5. So we're gonna score this. I am notoriously bad at scoring, so there's a good chance I mess this up. Okay. Didn't mess it up yet. And now, since this is a thick cardstock, I like to score both sides actually, just to ensure like on both sides the fiber is like loosened. I know that's a little squiggly up there, but I can fix that. Okay, now our fibers should be really loose and malleable, so we can easily fold that in half without cracking. That's why I do both sides. I personally think it prevents against cracking. It may not, but if there's anything we can do to prevent cracking a cardstock, I'm here for it. And that's not too much work to fold it twice. Or score it twice on both sides. Now I'm just gonna press that down. Okay, there we go. I might have... Don't have a lot of hope for this, but we're gonna try. Oh yeah, I can already tell that this is not lasting. Well, let's see. We're gonna hope. But there's not hope here for this. Well, okay. Okay, maybe there is hope. Where's Star Wars: A New Hope? Oh, that was not a lot of tape. I wanted more, but okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, that's not how that was supposed to happen. Well, we have a little foam here, so we're going to put that right there, I guess. This is like stuck down good to the... Okay, so I think all my hope lost. All hope is lost. It is gone. It is pointless. I'm just going to end the live here now. So, yeah. You're all watching this. This phone is pretty good to the roll. That's not going anywhere, so, except in the trash. Conundrum. Looking through here and finding a tape that's the same height, because my tapes slightly vary. And we want this to be as even as possible. That's good enough. And I just ripped the cardstock. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to use some foam squares for the rest of this. And we're going to hope that this is enough. And yeah. Since this is roughly the same, I'll put them right there. And I can't fit one there, so we'll just put it right there. Doesn't need to be there, but it's fine. Okay, that should be enough. Prevent against any soggy parts. I have not checked the chat in a hot second, so... Yes, okay, I just saw those comments. The snowman is adorable. He is really, really cute. Oh my gosh, we have so much to peel. Wow. We've only been... And this card is almost done. That's a little crazy for me. So we just gotta press this down. We'll be... Okay, I aligned that up like perfectly. I'm so proud of myself right now. So our card is almost finished, but I will add the gems just in case you want these gems. I don't know if you do, but just so I can also tell you the brand, because I do not know it off the top of my head. I think they're like marshmallow something. Yes, okay. These are from Pretty Pink Posh. Thank you, Carol. So those pearls, or not pearls, confetti pieces are from Pretty Pink Posh, and they're called Marshmallow Confetti. So I'll add them in a similar configuration. Just knocking everything off. Just knocking everything off the desk. It's okay. Also, a trick. Someone left this as a comment on my last video where I use these, and it was brilliant. Just like you would do with embossing powder, or dump it on like a piece of paper or a coffee filter, your embellishments, so you can just funnel it right back into your container. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the best idea ever. So we're gonna do that right now. So up there in the top, I have one like that. One, that's not the side I want it. Still not the side I want it. Oh my gosh, flip. There we go. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, so I have one like that, and then I have one right there. Get off my finger. Okay. So that's roughly how we have it on the top of the original card. And then at the bottom here, we have a really big one. And then we have a really small one. Like that. Move those down a little bit. Perfect. So now we're just going to hit these with some glue, and then our card will actually be done. Boop. I'm Kathy Zilski. Oh, no, no boop. No boop yet. Boop. Almost boop. Ah! Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my lord. At this point, just throw away the whole card. Boop! Only took 5 decades. Okay, we're almost done. Actually now. Boop. And one last and final boop. So this card is finished. And it's so adorable, just like the original. So now I have 2 of these Christmas cards. So that means I have to give one away, right? So, if you're still here and if you live in America, because I have not mailed outside the country yet and I don't want to start today, who did I just see in concert the other night? And also one of my favorite artists. If you get that correct, I will mail you this card. So the first person to type it in the YouTube chat, and then you can either DM me on Instagram, if you correct, either DM me your address on Instagram or on Facebook. So who did I just see the other night in concert? And I'll give you she. She is also one of my favorite artists. You are right, Carol. Yep. And I'm just going to double check the chat, but I believe you are the first person. So yep, I believe I have you on Facebook, or I've chat messaged you on Facebook before. So this card, I will send it to you, and it's Christmas in July. So congrats, Carol. That's going to be really, you're going to have one of my cards. I'll make sure to put the my thing on the back that says for me. But thank you all so much for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day. And bye, happy crafting. That did not end. Oh, I go to end it and then I hit the wrong thing. Oops. Actually, bye everyone. Now.